Hello, and welcome to what is now confirmed the semifinals of the NBBL. I'm Zan, coach of the Hydrays. Our opponent today is Travis T, and I gotta tell you, his team was a pain and a half to prep for. Like, it is so tough because he has huge breakers and things like Urshifu Dark. He's got Mimikyu and Dragonite that get a free turn to set up. He's got Terra Wo-Chien and Porygon 2, which are just brutal to try to break through, alongside things like Toxapex and Ogerpon and Ursaluna. Everything on his team, except maybe the Impidimp, is an absolute threat and can easily beat us. I know a lot of times when I start a battle, I say the odds of us losing are fairly high, and lately we've been doing pretty well in winning. This game, I'm saying we have a 10% chance of winning, and this is with the team I spent more time on than I would normally lately. I'm going to let him know we are searching now, and we're going to battle. Our team is Custap, Iron Hands. It was Quick Claw, but Custap is just so consistent. We've got a Leftovers Moltres. We've got Bulk Up on Cinderace because being a fighting type is great here. We've got a Banded Grafai with Poison Touch. We've got a red card Spikes Lead Deoxys because he doesn't have removal. And we've got a Scarfed Landorus also with Rocks because he doesn't have removal. So we can see, and the problem with the team I built is we actually have 3 leads. So I have to decide. So I'm going to quickly see, he brought both Terra Caps and the Mimikyu and the Toxapex. No Ogerpon, which I can see that. I understand. Ursaluna's here, unfortunately. Heatran's here. No Dragonite and no Urshifu single. I prepped so much for those two. So that's a little tough. We did not bring Blastoise, Leafeon, Alcremie, which has just been disappointing. And we didn't bring Golden Go because of his 2 fast Pokemon. So given what he can lead with, I kind of like the Landorus lead to get rocks up immediately. If not Landorus, then Deoxys, because we get a spike up immediately, and he doesn't really have a way to stop it. He's so weak to fighting. Obviously, Wo-Chien can be Ghost, or Porygon can be Fairy or Poison, but they can't both Terra this game. Landorus is going to be important to breaking Toxapex. Oh man, this is tough. It's interesting. This is not what I expected. I really thought Dragonite looked really, really good into me. But I suppose Deoxys being able to outrun it at +1 and Ice Beam it and live in E-Speed is pretty hard for it. We have red card Deoxys also to help us prevent setup. So yeah, good luck, have fun to my opponent. It looks like he only has 2 physical attackers. Leads with the Porygon. So we don't want to get rocks up because we don't want to get Ice Beamed. We'll get an Intimidate that's pretty worthless. Is he download? He's not download. I didn't even think to EV my Pokemon to counter download, to be honest with you. He may very well Terra turn 1, but if he's Terra Poison, I highly doubt he Terras turn 1. Could Trick Room? Actually, this looks like a Trick Room team if I've ever seen one, which is not good with all the speed I brought. But just in case he does go for an Ice Beam, I am just going to U-turn. It does pretty much nothing. So I mean, I can look at a calc for that, but yeah, it's defensive, physically defensive. I could go into Deoxys here and try to get spikes up. Knowing he's Trick Room, or likely Trick Room, is really awkward now because we brought a lot of speed. I only put 12 on hands, but still. So show me the Trick Room. Ice Beam, okay, so you did just want to get rid of Landorus. So that will force you out because of red card, but we will also get frozen and not get our spikes up, so that's not great. So if something that can set up comes in here, we're in really bad shape. Mimikyu, man, so something that can set up comes in instantly, which is worst case scenario. I mean, Grafai takes 1, if it doesn't really want to. I'm just going to go back into Landorus, and our Deoxys is now a sack for all it's worth. So he's Ice Beam. I didn't see how he did about 50% to us. We were minus Spadef, so yeah, that's pretty standard. Does Swords Dance. We couldn't stop it. He's only a +1 though. Mimikyu with Life Orb at +1 is doing a lot with Shadow Sneak. Oh, that's to Deoxys. A U-turn into an Earthquake knocks him out, so I am going to go for a U-turn. Okay, assuming he attacks here, I can go into Deoxys and sack it, which is really sad. We do baby damage because of Mimikyu's nerf back in the day. I mean, if he Swords Dances again, do I just lose? We could go into Grafai, but we definitely don't want to take 2 play roughs. I mean... yeah, play rough's only actually doing about 60%, so we could go into Grafai here. Yeah. This is fine. This is not how I wanted this battle to start with Deoxys getting frozen. Play rough comes out, should do 60, yeah. Does show the Life Orb. Poison Jab definitely probably KOs him. His resists to poison are Heatran. I'm not crazy enough to go for low kick here. I'm just going to go for Poison Jab, and if he switches to Heatran, we'll deal with that next turn. I mean, there's no reason really not to, unless he just doesn't want to waste the +1 he got now that his disguise is broken. So we do hit Poison Jab. This should KO. It does KO. Okay, we get rid of the threat. Wow. So Grafai does finally get another kill in playoffs. It's been a minute. And we don't get swept by Mimikyu. So, huge dub. Porygon comes in. I mean, we're not Terra Poison, which would have been kind of sick. If we look at the standard Porygon set, Poison Jab does about 25%. It's not great. We do have a really good chance to poison him, but if he's Terra Poison, that's not great. I think maybe I can go into Deoxys once. I don't know. I don't really have a good switch into this, so I will just go into Deoxys once. Obviously, he can set a Trick Room here. I thought his team would be like heavy Trick Room looking at what he brought, but maybe not. Maybe I misread his team. It's just Psyshock. So that definitely would KO Grafai from where we are now. He can have a free switch here. We have a chance to Thaw. I want to get a Spike up if it lets me. If the game is kind. The game is not kind. What does he decide to do? Shadow Ball, this probably KOs, right? Ice Beam did half, so this definitely KOs. Yeah, that's fine. So he's 3 attacks on Porygon. So either recover or Trick Room last, I would imagine. Or a 4th attack, I suppose. We have options here. Hands is the easiest. Does a Heavy Slam from Hands KO if he Terras into a Fairy? No, we do like half. Wow. P2 is kind of obnoxious. I could trick a Band onto him, but that would waste my Grafai, which is not great. I could go Grafai and U-turn. Bait him to Psyshock again and go into Moltres or Landorus. It's probably not amazing, but I will go for it. We'll see. Porygon's tough. And he's seeming to not want to Terra on this. Maybe just hasn't needed to in front of what I have. But that makes me think he is saving the Terra on Wo-Chien. I think Ghost is best versus me, personally. Because it makes it way easier for it to handle most of my team. But it also makes him a lot weaker against Moltres. So, yeah. Deoxys speed goes down doing absolutely nothing. So that's sad. Because we wanted that one spike up. Because he has no removal. I should have just let it, I suppose. We don't get the Poison Touch Poison. And there's a good chance he goes for Psyshock here. If he goes for Ice Beam, we're hurting. But I think it's going to be a Psyshock. I will go into Landorus. If it's Ice Beam, good play. I just couldn't really play the odds too hard right there. Ice Beam might KO. Okay, it's just Shadow Ball again. That's fine. The Shadow Ball and Grafai, so he's making a hard read. Wow. Gets a Spadef drop, which is not really relevant. Let me think. What do I need to win this game? His team is really, really weak to Landorus EQ in the end. I was considering setting Stealth Rock here, but I think that's kind of not advisable. So I'm going to U-turn again. Let's see. Psyshock off of Porygon is only doing about 40% of my hand, so it actually could get us into Custap range, which we would appreciate. We're definitely not faster than him unless he is min speed, so we're not really making any forward progress with this guy, but we're trying. We'll eventually break it. Our win cons are Cinderace and Moltres, so as long as we have one of them alive, we have a chance. Not a great chance, but we have a chance. Ice Beam comes out, does 101 damage, does not get the back-to-back freeze. Seems to... That's not... Oh, yeah, I'm calcing download. Interesting. Maybe analytic then, because it should not be doing that much based on my calc. Thunder Punch is obviously the safest move here, but it's doing a whole 20%. I imagine he wants to Terra here. And I think I will make the play of going for Heavy Slam, trying to catch the Terra. Okay, Hard Switches instead. I think he has multiple things that can come in on this for free. COVID-19, okay. The Pecs. Heavy Slam does 0. Rocky Helmet hurts us. Thunder Punch from us might 2-hit KO this. But if he's full Fizz Def, which kind of looks like he is, it might. Yeah, I kind of set it to 2-hit KO him. Other options, go into Grafai, go into Moltres, try to get a sub up on this, because that was kind of my plan with it. But if he goes for Toxic here, we're kind of in bad shape. I'm just going to click Thunder Punch once. Yeah, that does about half of his remaining health. We get a para. Okay, so we trade 10%. Does he get fully parried too? Kind of hope he doesn't, because if we get knocked into Cuss Trap range, I'm feeling good. Has Chilling Water. Does not quite knock us into Cuss Trap range. And wouldn't KO us with another one, but he's pretty free to switch into Wo-Chien here, if I had to guess. I mean, it makes sense, right? On a Thunder Punch. So I actually am going to try to go into Moltres here, because Moltres is the other, like, Wo-Chien's the other Pokemon I wanted to set up on with Moltres. Let's see if he switches. Does not switch, but gets fully parried. If it's Chilling Water, it didn't matter at all, I can say right now. We'll just go for the sub, unless he's significantly offensively invested. Toxapex does not break our sub. If it's physical Toxapex, but he's shown Chilling Water, so I kind of doubt it. Yeah. So we... Oh, he stays in. Okay. Hopefully goes for Toxic. Full parrot again. I'm sorry. I hate to see that. Oh, no. P2 is still alive. I got rid of P2 on the calc a little prematurely. So he might be fretting the sub-nasty plot right now. Unfortunately, we're only sub-agility. Has every reason to switch this out for Regenerator, and is choosing not to. So, we'll see. Obviously, Wo-Chien can come in and kind of play some games with Terra. P2 can come in and be annoying. Heatran is the switch-in of choice. Is he on a balloon or anything? No balloon. Okay. So our Moltres is very, very, very bulky this week. So I feel pretty good about this matchup. Magma Storm obviously breaks our sub, but he has to land a Magma Storm, right? And that's at max special attack. If he's something like Lava Plume, it only breaks our sub if he's max special attack. If he's like a defensive set, then it never breaks our sub. Fiery Wrath is doing about a third to him. If he's bulky, it doesn't do a third. So we can see. Does about a third. Okay, it does a third on a crit, so he's either AV or Spadef. Does land his Magma Storm. I'm going to go for a sub again, because I get Berserk Boost eventually. So it does break our sub. I think Magma Storm, yeah, it always breaks our sub even if he's 0 investment, so that's fine. So Heatran is Spadef. Shows leftovers. So very Spadef. Lefties with Magma Storm. So we'll sub again here. I mean, with the Ghost down, we're feeling a lot better about the fighting type Grafai in game, but we have to get rid of that Pex. Sets rocks on my next sub, which, you know, totally fair. I don't even really know what that catches on my team. I guess it hurts Moltres and it hurts Cinderace actually, so that's a good play. I didn't bring any kind of anti-rocks on this team. No reason to not just go for a Fiery Wrath here. Everything on his team takes damage from Dark or Flying, so I really did like this set a lot. Moltres is great, dude. I'm not saying it's my MVP, but it has been really good this season. Once again, we're doing about 25%. He shows Heavy Slam. Does this KO me? Or it's the sub? It does KO the sub. Wow. Heatran with Heavy Slam. I wonder what that's for. Yeah, that does big damage. I guess 90 base attack, huh? I mean, we sub once to get our Berserk boost. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. We're super Spadef. We're not very defensively invested, so zero attack Heatran's always breaking subs, doing 30%. And it is his safest click. We don't quite get our Berserk boost, which is a little awkward because he now might KO us after this next sub. Like, we'll sub down, let's see what health we're at right now. We're 216, we're going up to, I didn't see it. And he has leftovers, of course, too. 216, 56%, so we're at 62. We're going to knock ourselves down to, what, 37? So we should be able to live one always after the sub, and then we can get 2 Fiery Wraths off. But suddenly we've given up one of our greatest win cons, which is not great. He goes for Magma Storm now. Lands it. That's a risky game, because if we get a sub up after our Berserk boost, we're in good shape. Wait, did I not get a Berserk boost for subbing? Is that not a thing? Can I not sub into a Berserk boost? Because if not, that's a miscalculation on my part. And I wasn't paying attention. So he's going to leftovers right back up to near full. I mean, we don't have a switch into this, honestly. Did I really not get a... No, I didn't get a boost. Apparently, you only get it if you get hit. Oops. Miscalculation on my part. We're going to go for one of these because the only way he KOs us, I think, is if he's a significantly special attack invested Magma Storm and, you know, lands it and gets the chip damage. Even then, I'm not sure that KOs us. So, yeah, Fiery Wrath doing pitiful damage, but we're weakening the Heatran. Heavy Slam does not KO us. Knocks us down to 24 health. Where's my Berserk boost? Is it just... So I sub below half health and I just don't get it. Okay. So that's not preferred because now we're below 25%. I thought maybe if I got hit I would get it, but I just don't know how Berserk works apparently. I haven't played with many Berserk Pokemon. I never really used Drampa, and I think this is only the second Pokemon ever to get it. No point in us switching out because Stealth Rocks are up, so we are just going to take our chip where we can get it. We haven't gotten a single flinch. We do get a crit again, so we've gotten 2 crits, no flinches. Okay, so Heavy Slam comes out. That's fine. So we have some options here. So Heatran goes 1 and something, and who got the KO? Porygon. P2 goes 1 and something. And then our Moltres, unfortunately, our WinCon Moltres ends up going 0 and 1. Not my best choice ever. So he's Heavy Slam, Rocks. Does an Earth Power KO our Cinderace? Probably not, but we are going to be such low health. But if we get that bulk up, we're looking really good, but it's our win con. We can't really risk it at this point. I'm going to Grafaiai, Terra Low Kick, but if he brings in Toxapex, we're in bad shape. I mean, he actually right now doesn't have a ground immune, so I can go into Landorus and I can just click Earthquake, and if he goes Wo-Chien, then maybe we force the Terra. It's not looking good, though. Losing Moltres is really not feeling great. We'll get an Intimidate. A lot of luck on both sides, both good and bad right now. A lot of crits happening. A lot of things landing, which I suppose is better than it is worse. We will Earthquake, we will take out the Heatran. This does let Wo-Chien come in for free, and we gave up our best answer to it, so probably not my best decision ever. So Landorus T goes 1 and something, and Heatran ends 1 and 1, which is pretty good, honestly. He had so many threats that I didn't even think about Heatran that much. The P2 decides to come in over the Wo-Chien. It really makes me curious about the Wo-Chien set. Because we can trick it. I mean, what do we... I think I have to just click EQ against this, right? That really limits how we beat the Toxapex. It has to be this that beats Toxapex then. Because I think we just have to hit the P2 that's in front of us. End up with no hazards going up all game, which is so funny. And then we don't have an Intimidator for Ursaluna anymore, which is just sitting in the back menacingly. Maybe we can bulk up on this with... Cinderace. Maybe he won't predict us to turn into a fighting type. We'll drop an EQ. It does reasonable damage. He goes for the Psyshock. Okay, so he calls the switch. I don't know that this KOs. Does not even get close, actually. So that's huge. We'll click EQ again. Okay, so he tried to call Grafai coming in, or Hands coming in, maybe. So that's good. We will drop another EQ. This will get him very low, if not straight up KO him. Nice, okay. So Landorus claims another one, and P2 is something we really had to get rid of, so I'm not complaining about that. Landorus goes 2 in something, P2 ends 1 in 1 as well, just like Heatran. So we've got Ursaluna, a paralyzed half-health Pex, and a Wo-Chien left. Booger comes in, who is the Wo-Chien. Tablets of Ruin, super annoying. I mean, this is the Terramon of choice. Let me check something on Hands real quick. If we are at 163 health right now, we're at 36, so we'll only go to 30 off of Rock, so we won't get our Custap immediately. If he hits us here, we will get our Custap. I think that's the best play we can make at this point, unfortunately. Because Landorus actually does feel kind of good into the end game once we get rid of this. And obviously Earthquake's not doing anything. I think this is the first time I've played against a Wo-Chien in Wi-Fi, which is kind of funny. It does go for knock. No, my Custap. The knock did 42 damage. Maybe we can learn something from that. I don't know a lot about Wo-Chien. I mean, it seems like defensive. Well, if he has Grass Move here, he knocks us out. We can Drain Punch, but he might Terra. He could be Terra Fire, which would be bad for Ice Punch. He could be Terra Ghost, which means we just aren't doing much in general. Our option might be tricking this with Grafai, actually, but that Banded Low Kick looks really, really nice into Ursaluna at this point. Terra Low Kick might still be enough for Ursa. So I think we just, as usual, want chip damage. We'll just go for an Ice Punch. I assume it knocks us out if he's Power Whip. If he's not Power Whip, I don't think he knocks us out. He is a Fire type. Okay, so Ice Punch was a bad move. Terra Blast Fire. Okay, that's cool. Knocks us to 3 health, so we will get Baby Chip with an Ice Punch. Yep, absolutely nothing. I should have Drain Punched, I suppose. Okay, so that Terra Blast did 90 damage. That is not a very strong Pokemon. So he's Knock Off, he's Terra Blast. He is Leftovers. You know, Leftovers everywhere. So, Terra Blast Fire. Oops, not Terra Starstorm. I really don't think he gets Terra Starstorm. 90 damage? Yeah, that's no investment, which is pretty impressive, honestly. I mean, Drain Punch is our best option of what we have left. That's just Terra Blast again. Wo-Chien is now 1 in something. Iron Hands goes 0 in 1. Sorry, buddy. Almost ran Quick Claw, but I guess the knockoff kind of made it not matter at all. Landorus is the obvious play here with Earthquake. I don't think it KOs, funnily enough. Landorus with Earthquake does half. So we can do that. He might knock us out after an Intimidate. Terra Blast looks like it might convert into a special move and do 100 damage to us, which is not great. He doesn't have a lot of good Earthquake switch-ins otherwise. Then we can look at Cinderace into this guy. Knockoff's doing like 40% to us. We get to +1/+1. And we're doing no kinds of damage. And then Grafai Terra Fighting. No one told me Wo-Chien was so lightweight. Play might have been to trick a scarf or trick a band onto this. I don't think I actually have enough resources to even KO this anymore. I could go for the flinches. I'm not saying it's a bad play, but it would take 2 flinches to equal 1 earthquake. So I think I am just gonna go for the EQ. Please be specially defensive. Nope, that is 252, 252. Knocks me off, does still knock me out. That was close to a roll. But if he has any attack investment, then it wasn't. We'll heal back. And my best play now, Grafai, go for as much damage as possible, try to poison him. I should have done this first, because I could have got the poison 1 turn sooner. Cinderace start bulking up. Or Grafai, switcheroo. He's at -1 attack. No, switcheroo isn't really going to change anything, I don't think. I mean, poison jab and low kick are the same damage. The only reason I consider switcheroo, locking him into Terra Blast, assuming he assumes I Terra here, is Cinderace would resist Terra Blast, but even then, like, I need to set up with bulk up, so I wouldn't even resist it anymore, so it doesn't really matter. So Poison Jab's my best play because it gives me Poison Chip, which is necessary for this endgame. We also need Cinderace to somehow KO that Toxapex at +1 with Zen Headbutt without getting Libero, which is not a very good guarantee. So Grafai is going to try his best here. Do like 25%, you get a Poison. Hopefully, because we have a 30% chance off Poison Touch, 30% chance off of Poison Jab. So odds are 50-50-ish. Good damage. Get the poison. Okay, nice. Off of Poison Jab too, not Poison Touch, which is cool. I go for knockoff. Okay, nice. So we actually get an extra hit here. So we can steal his leftovers. And I actually think... Oh no, we have to Poison Jab. I don't like that. I don't like that we're going to knock this out because then we're not going to be set up on Ace. Do I go into Ace here? If he's at -1, go into Cinderace. Knockoff is doing 23 to 28 at -1. We take 25 from rocks, we're at 50. We bulk up once. This might be a throw. I think it's my best play though. Maybe he Terra Blast here, which would actually do considerably less damage. But I can't KO this. This is the only thing I have left to set up on. Terra Blast, please. Terra Blast. Okay, nice. This shouldn't do much. If it does a lot, then we get Citrus back. Don't quite get Citrus back, unfortunately. This thing doesn't get any moves that could hit me harder, right? Like, he probably goes for knockoff here, and I have bulk up. So I'll convert into a fighting type. So I will go for that. Hopefully this doesn't have any kind of coverage. Okay, protect. Predicted high jump kick. That's cool. Luckily for us, we do get a bulk up. Do we need 2 for any reason? Ursaluna. Low kick at +1. So we're going to convert into a fighting type. He does not die for the next turn of poison. So get the bulk up. Low kick looks like it's doing 124% to Ursaluna. And then Toxapex. Zen Headbutt's looking like it does 80%. I mean, I would like my Citrus to get proc by Wo-Chien, so I am going to go for one more and get a little greedy. Because I don't think it's actually greed. I think I need that Citrus proc. Terra Blast. Okay, so he hard switches. Probably trying to get Chip. Okay, he was way healthier on this than I thought. Okay, this was the right play. Because Toxapex... if he's... Let's just say he's max bold. Like, as bulky as a Toxapex can be. If we're at +2... Zen Headbutt does 83 min. So he almost certainly drops here. We do land. What? What calc am I looking at? That's crazy. Oh, is it still... Oh, it's still counting for Libero. Okay, well, we'll go to -1, or we'll lose. He's Haze Pex. Okay, that's not great. Wow. Okay, so he actually broke through Flinch there too, which is not amazing. But let me look at Grafai's health real quick. Grafai can switch it on Roxy, and definitely because it's a fighting type. So I can go for one bulk up. I can't remember. Wo-Chien's really low, but I think low kick this on Ursaluna into low kick Grafai wins the game, if I'm not mistaken. So I just want to get rid of this, right? Unless it's really bulky Ursa. I'm going to go for bulk up once. He could definitely go for Chilling Water. Oh man, this is a stressful endgame. This is not what I wanted to see. It does go for Chilling Water. Okay, so we took damage for no reason. I mean, I could do this. I'm at +3 defense now. Or nope, sorry, the Haze. I mean, gaining the defense is not doing anything for me other than making me take less damage from Wo-Chien. I mean, if he's max health Ursaluna, let's just say he's max health Ursaluna. Fighting top low kick is doing 72 to 85, and then Grafai is doing a lot. So I think I'm safe to just Zen here. I think I don't need to play games with trying to get a full para on this. Zen will knock him out. His options now are Wo-Chien or Ursaluna. Oh man, this is stressful. I made Grafai set to almost always KO Ursaluna from full, if he's full health. So we're hoping it's enough. Oh man, I'm stressed. He goes into the Wo-Chien. At neutral. Low kick is doing a third, so that should be fine. Unless he double Terras into a ghost type, which would be horrible if they added a Terra swap mechanic in this game. So we get the low kick off. And all that stands between us and finals is an Ursaluna, and we have two fighting types that should always be faster. If he's Scarf Trailblaze, then we feel really bad that we didn't set up more bulk ups there. But, I mean, it should never be fast enough to outspeed up my last two. We're going to go for low kick. This doesn't normally KO. Honestly, if he's Choppleberry, this was great that we kept Cinderace around. That's so stressful. I mean, yeah, this easily knocks me out. I have +1, actually, defense. It has to Headlong Rush or Earthquake. Actually, we're not even a fire type. Yeah, I mean, it's Facade. Like a statist Facade knocks us out. Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid. He's Ice Punch, okay. Doesn't knock us out. Cinderace, and he's Life Orb. Cinderace the GOAT. I mean, I just low kick again. And we, against all odds, have pulled out a victory after a horrible beginning. Our Deoxys got frozen. We got no hazards up. And we clutch it thanks to Cinderace Grafai. I'm glad that I analyzed the win con there at the end, because that was really stressful that Wo-Chien didn't knock out Grafai. I guess, actually, we were knocked, so banned low kick wouldn't have KO'd that from full. So we had to get the Cinderace low kick plus the Grafai. So yeah, that was a really good game, Travis. Honestly, might be the game of the season for me. That was crazy close. That was really good. I really liked all your sets. And we made it to the finals once again. We're going to the finals. Our opponent is our week 8 opponent. I didn't want to have to prep for him. I was so game to lose because that team is brutal, and I'm in way too many leagues right now to have the time to give them all my attention. But I guess it's a finals, so we're going to have to try a little bit, right? But anyways, we will see you next week.